So, picking up after a big move, and I didn't have a lot of time this past month to respond to people in a conversational way on YouTube. And I used to be such a conversational guy here. But I didn't get back to Inventor Gorilla on his response to my video, in which I was noticing that my local radio station was playing a lot of heavy metal music that was laced with Christian themes, and it seemed like I was hearing a lot of Christian undertones, as if it were subversively trying to, win the hearts and souls of men, by sprinkling some goodness in there. And the two examples that I had, he responded to one of them, which was Volbeat. And he responded by saying that there was an actual other story to that song, and if I had bothered to listen to this guy's story of how he came up with this song and its origins, then I would be convinced that it wasn't Christian. So here I am. I make a video where I think that Christian bands are subversively getting their music onto more secular radio for the purpose of getting airplay and spreading the Jesus. And also, I noticed that these bands don't want to be outed as Christian. They're trying to keep it on the down low, And so Inventor Gorilla finds an interview where this person is saying, "Oh no, it's not a Christian thing at all," But then he gives an example of somebody feeling that somebody who had passed away came back in like the form of an eagle and was looking over them, through part of a journey and stuff. And I'm like, how does that not fit the touched by an angel evangelical framework of how Christianity works? It's not saying outright that it's Christian, but it's definitely a spiritual thing that is not outside of the realm of what many Americanized Christians view as Christianity. And what happens when people die, and miracles and all that. So yeah, I'm not convinced. Both because the other explanation also fits within the Christian framework of the day, and because I just described that I feel like they're on the down low trying to, win hearts and souls, by candy coating their Christian message with heavy metal, and getting on heavy metal stations. And so I'm not going to take their other explanations, from the horse's mouth, at face value, because I believe them to be subversive. And I think that, of course, if somebody asks them, was that a Christian song? They're going to say, no, it wasn't a Christian song. We might be Christians, but it wasn't a Christian song. That was just a song about this spiritual thing that happened to me. And wouldn't you know it, in the comments of our videos, one band got brought up, and that was Creed. And Scott Stapp, although he went on to do things like make the soundtrack for The Passion of the Christ, while he was the frontman to Creed, he vehemently denied that their band was a Christian band. But almost universally among rock fans, Creed is considered to be a Christian band. making songs from a Christian viewpoint on, more pop stations. Why do you suppose he was denying that they were a Christian band? Maybe because they'd lose street cred. Maybe they'd lose people giving their music a shot, because most Christian music sucks donkey balls. And they'd be pigeonholed as sucking donkey balls. And maybe some people out there think that Creed sucks donkey balls anyway, so it wouldn't have made a difference. But it was interesting to me that Creed came up a lot in the comments. Because I do draw a parallel, but I think that now it's happening a little bit more, and it's because of my own education in this, sort of great debate community, that I'm picking up on it a little bit more, maybe. Because, I just heard a song today by a band called Devour the Day, and it was called Good Man. Okay, I'll leave a link to that in the description box. And I don't see how anyone could not see that as a Christian song. And something that might belong on Christian stations, when, there are people who try to choose their stations based on wanting fun and not being reminded of, church, and not hearing the same church themes just regurgitated in a different way, sometimes with the same words rhyming, because you can't rhyme that word with too many other words. Why can't people who love God write a song about a fucking flower, or, a sunset, and not have to talk about God? If he made that shit, why can't they just make a song about that shit? Why does every song have to be about, like, I want you to come into the hole in my heart, and save me, and purify me? Why? Don't people get fucking tired of that shit? The themes always being the same. And when I heard the refrain to the song Good Man by Devour the Day, there it was again. Same themes. Hole in the heart and everything else. And it might even get worse, I think, because I think the people who like the Christian themes maybe are less apt to get an MP3 player than those of us who just like music with a little more variety in the theme. So, yeah, I don't see how you can call ponage on somebody saying that they feel like someone's being, subversive with their messages by taking something from the horse's mouth and saying, they say, no. You have to actually analyze the works of the persons and try to say, well, this and this and this don't fit this pattern that you're seeing. And I think if you look at a band like Volbeat, you will come to understand, if you look at all of their songs as a whole, this is a subversively Christian band passing themselves off as being hard rockers in a culture where maybe people wouldn't expect them to be from that mindset and also want to be hard rockers. I'll try to post a couple more things and be a little bit more consistent with posting. Check out DevShell2's channel. I had a talk with him offline or online, but off of YouTube, and I like the guy a little bit more now. So Just shout out random for him. Laters.